told you he had talent.
His stats are off the charts. Such skills and reflexes. They could only be the result of...
And in the next part of this, the game's going to demonstrate why this tutorial makes total sense. And why it is a very good tutorial.
Weak spots, Miss Burnwood. Pressure points to keep them in check. But this one...
I also love that this tutorial has a little mini story with it, where the director of the ICA does not want 47 to be part of the program. And so Diane is kind of taking some responsibility over him. And kind of putting her own neck on, like her own neck out there, so that 47 has a fair shot at being part of the ICA. Interesting little twist. And again, Diane's not heroic by any means, but it shows that she's not entirely without character. Or without moral fiber. So this is the free-form training. The game is basically saying at this point, you have done it our way. We have showed you a valid way of assassinating the target. And we've shown you the overall level layout. Now it's time for you to use that knowledge your own way and come up with your own assassination. And so they give you a bunch of starting tools, an explosive, a lockpick, and a couple of coins. The coin being the most valuable item in the entire game, by far. What I would normally do is I would normally have the guy in the white suit distracted over to my car, and I would use the coins to move him over there. And I would just take his clothes and impersonate him during the meet. But in this tutorial mission, I decided to do something different just to show you guys something that you probably haven't done before. If you have played this game, and you probably haven't, knowing the people who watch this program. But just something that most players don't do. Because the obvious solution is to disguise yourself as Calvin Ritter. Or not Ritter, but the guy in the white suit. And use that disguise to get yourself into the meeting. But there is another way. Right behind those boxes is a crate, or is a gate, that you can use the lockpick to sneak through. And this allows you to go in through a whole different way that I don't think most players have gone through. This was just me trying to find a new way to defeat this mission, just to spice up for myself as I did this recording, and to add some surprise to it. So again, it's that thing where Hitman is not about going through a scripted sequence and just doing things the way the designer wants you to. It's about having a bunch of systems interact with each other and finding out how to exploit those systems to get your target eliminated in a way that is not unique to you, but a way that feels like you have thought it through. That it is you making the decision, not the designer. Even if all these, like a lot of these decisions are things designers have thought of, there are some that are totally unique. Some designers haven't thought of. And it's up to you to kind of plan out your own approach. You see, we almost got caught, but because this isn't blood money and doesn't suck, we were able to duck out of sight just before we were detected. I shouldn't say that, because Blood Money is a good game. It's just, it is a product of its time, and it has flaws. It has some real, deep flaws. As well as being a game in 2006 that was janky as hell. So this is just me just kind of trying to figure out a way aside from the usual just ambush him during the meeting to deliver the kill. I was still thinking at this time, and I think, if I remember correctly, what I ended up doing was I ended up looking for a bottle of emetic rat poison and poisoning his drink. In this game, rat poison is not fatal. You will never kill a target by poisoning them with rat poison. But what emetic rat poison does is it causes them to locate the nearest toilet and throw up. Throw up violently. So, you can use that not to deliver the actual kill, but to set up a kill. Like, instead of just killing them with poison, you can use poison to lure them into the bathroom, but you can kill them quietly in the bathroom. Because in this game, you can use the garrote wire to deliver the kill, but you can also shove someone's face into the toilet while they're throwing up and drown them in their own vomit. Which is, I think, what I ended up doing for this mission. But first things first, we need to find some emetic rat poison. I think I was just kind of, again, poking and prodding to see what I could and couldn't do. Because that's a large part of playing Hitman, is the poking, the prodding, and the figuring out what is a legal action and what is an illegal action. What the game allows you to do and what the game says you should not be doing. It's like a performance, almost. Or I guess it's more like the rehearsal. Like, this phase is as a rehearsal to a play, where you're not sure how you're supposed to do it yet, but you're practicing, and by practicing, you gain more experience, and you know the steps of the play better than you used to. And eventually, once you've done enough of the rehearsal, you can do the actual performance, and perform the play flawlessly, every time. So, it's weird to liken Hitman to performance art, but that's kind of how I see it in my head. Is every run before the one you actually perform the hit on is a rehearsal. Not the actual performance itself, but just a rehearsal to it. And I found there's a yacht crew disguise this whole time right here in the decks. So you can just, if you did sneak in the way I did, you could just dress up as a crew over here instead of all the way up there, where the tutorial tells you should. And here we finally found our emetic rat poison. So now we can poison the target's drink.
Will they be serving drinks on board?
Alright. And normally, if I was dressed up as a cop or a bodyguard, if I were to poison the drink, I would be detected immediately. But because the crew members are allowed to tamper with drinks, because they serve drinks, they are able to poison drinks and food without being detected. So since I'm in the crew member's disguise, I can just poison that drink and just wait for my target to appear at this point. Right now, what I'm doing is I am basically following the target to make sure that he does, in fact, drink. And what I notice is that I poisoned the wrong glass. The glass I poisoned is not one that he's going to drink from anytime soon. So what I decided to do is, instead of just redoing that, I just loaded up my previous save and I decided to poison that glass instead, if memory serves. Again, by exploring the level, I learned a new fact that can help me in my mission. So now that I know that it's that glass he drinks out of, I can change my approach by choosing a different glass to poison. It's that give and take of you learn, you watch, you learn more, and then once you've learned enough, you perform the deed the way you feel like is the best for you. And now that I've noticed he's drinking out of that twice, that's just further confirmed my suspicion. So now we're gonna load, go back to the save that I created. And now we're gonna perform the hit the correct way by poisoning the correct glass of wine. And you notice now that I know where the rat poison is, I go right there instead of just wandering around looking for it.
It's fabulous, isn't it? Oh, such an eye for detail. The colors, the fabrics, the art, all curated with so much.
And now the only hard part is that I got to poison the glass when he's not looking, because no one else suspects a crew member aside from the crew captain down there and the target himself. So I've got to poison that glass when he's looking away. And I don't know if I chance it here or not if I wait just a little bit longer. I think, yeah, now I take my chance.
Back already? Roddy, making us look bad. Chew your food, why don't you?
And then I just blend in so that there's no chance of him ever seeing me. Like, instead of just sneaking away, I decided to blend in just to watch my target poison himself with his own drink. So here he goes. Here he goes. And again, since it was rat poison and not actual poison, he's not dead. He's just really, really sick. So he's going to locate the nearest bathroom, and he's going to just hang out in there for a bit and throw up.
Get back to work. Saw this painting? An original.
So
Thing is, I could have sworn it was stolen from the Stuyvesant's private.
we're going to go in there and simulate a drowning. Remember, all of this is simulated. I'm not actually drowning him. I'm simulating a drowning. And I'm totally simulating dumping his body into a locker. Simulating, guys. I didn't actually kill him just now. I simulated the kill. And now it's just a simple act of getting off the boat, getting back into our civvies, and escaping. You don't need to get back into your civilian clothes, but since Blood Money always dinged you for not bringing your suit out of the level, I always feel compelled to at least try to do it. Even if now it doesn't affect your rating in any way whatsoever. Yeah, now it is just a free action to leave without your suit. It doesn't matter. But that's just the way I roll. That's just how I roll. And notice now I don't have to use the car as my exit. I have a couple of exit options, and I just choose the car because it's the most convenient route, and it's right over there. And that ends the freeform tutorial. And if you don't feel comfortable at this point, the game encourages you to try this tutorial again and again until you feel like you've mastered Hitman. Which is nice. It's nice that the game gives you this freeform option of learning how to think like Hitman.